The surprising, but yet not surprising moves of the New York Football Giants yesterday. Now, they did release linebacker Michael Boley on Tuesday. Didn't really surprise too many people. I think age-wise, he was slowing down a little bit, injury issues. I think the Giants, whatever. They released Michael Boley. But then yesterday, they surprisingly released Ahmad Bradshaw. I don't know if the Chris Canty release was as surprising because he's also been dealing with injury issues, and based on what they got to pay him, it's like, is it really worth it? But the Ahmad Bradshaw release was the surprising one. Leading rusher the past 3 years on the team, one of the toughest players. Guy fights through injuries for them. Probably their best pass-blocking running back on the roster. Just, help them win 2 Super Bowls. Guy was drafted like 200 and I don't think I wrote that down, but he was drafted like something like 220th out of a class out of 250 players. So they got him at a really good rate. I was very surprised by the release, and a lot of this is due apparently based on money and also trying to go in this different direction a little bit apparently. So Erich, as a Giants fan, what was your reaction? What do you think their reasoning behind doing this is? Yeah.
The reasoning behind doing it is salary cap money issues. Understand it. He's injury prone. Get rid of him. I'm okay with it. I'm also okay with it because come draft day, I'm going to be screaming at my television for one thing and one thing only.
Says the guy who told me you wouldn't watch the draft.
No. I'm going to sit there, and I am going to scream at the TV, draft Eddie Lacy, draft Eddie Lacy, draft Eddie Lacy.
I'm going to assume he's a running back?
He's the running back out of Alabama.
Oh, how did I not see that one? Okay.
Actually, he was also the MVP of the national championship this year.
Yeah, he's a beast with a spin move like you would see in a video game.
Put it this way, Mike. Maybe a notch below Trent Richardson, but that would be about it.
I mean, he's a beast.
He's a starting running back in the NFL.
Do you think he's going to last? Giants have what, a mid-teens pick, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, no, he's gonna. He was
like
actually
19, 20, 21,
Eddie Lacy was actually before the national championship game. He was projected like second, third round.
Yeah, but people can come up.
People can come up for him, but I think he'll be there. I don't know if he'll be there past the second round.
Well, let's also keep in mind
when come round one, I'm going to be screaming for it, and if he's still there in round two, I am going to be punching and hitting things, screaming that they should take him. That's what I do. I'm the worst to watch the draft with because I just. Every year I sit there and I scream at the TV for them to draft a linebacker, and they draft another D-end. And then I sit
that worked out so terrible for him. That
doesn't work out terrible,
horrible, didn't it?
We have no linebackers.
Look.
Hey, wait, listen.
We don't even have Michael Boley anymore.
The system they were using got you guys 2 championships. I get what you're saying for the future, but listen, it worked out pretty good the last few years. And, Boley and Canty, to me, they were really only healthy one season each. And the one season Boley was really healthy, he made the Pro Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. Canty, I don't really feel has had that much of an impact his entire
I don't have a problem with them.
His entire Giant
Michael
tenure
Boley started this year off with 4 interceptions in the first 4 games of the season. Michael Boley started off really well, had injury problems.
We don't even have him now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We're just talking about guys that got released. But, the Canty thing, I understand that one. I mean, for what he did on the team, he was not – like, I got the breakdowns of these guys, okay? Canty would have been due $6.25 million this year. Cannot sit here and try to tell me that he earns that kind of money.
No, he doesn't.
Boley would have been earned $4.25 million this
year. He might
have
been worth $4.25.
If he can stay healthy, I think, based on how he plays when he is 100% healthy.
I would have kept Boley for that price tag for this year.
And then Bradshaw was $3.75 million. So
I have 4.25 actually on this one here.
So we have conflicting
Well,
reports
let's be
on
honest.
Bradshaw.
When it comes to salaries, it's all just speculation. We can only go by which websites they report anyway.
Well, and it's
somewhere
all based,
between 3.75 and 4.25.
So you mean
we'll
about
just say
4 million?
Yeah, there you go. So around 4 million, around 6, around 4. So they cut off a little over $14 million in cap. Not bad.
No.
And when you think about it, you're talking. They have guys that'll be free agents this year. Will Beatty, who actually played pretty well for them at tackle this year. You have Victor Cruz, Stevie Brown, and Andre Brown, all guys that would be free agents this year. Hakeem Nicks is going into the final year of his contract. So you know
Cruz is a free agent too, I think.
He's a restricted free agent.
So if you're going to sign him, you have to offer the Giants draft picks.
Well, yeah, no, but the thing is that I don't think the Giants are going to sign Victor Cruz. They've already come out and said their top priority isn't Cruz. It's Hakeem Nicks.
Well, is understand. Look, if Nicks is 100% healthy, I think the Giants win the NFC East this past year. If Nicks was 100% healthy, that man spent, the last 8 weeks of the year, literally half the season, constantly fighting knee and foot injuries, and, I'm a wide receiver. I need my knees and feet more than probably almost anything other than my hands.
Listen, I think they're going to wind up signing both of them. I think the only reason they said that is because I think it may take slightly more money to keep Nicks than it will Cruz. I think Cruz would actually be more willing to work with the Giants in terms of like restructuring the contracts and that whole thing. He just seems a little more grateful for the opportunity. You know, Nicks was a first-round pick. He's going to try to get his money one way or another.
And the Giants said they're going to spend money on him.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's the little bit more high-profile one. So if they feel that way, it's because that's what it'll probably take a little more for Nicks than it would Cruz. I just think Cruz will work with it.
I just don't think the Giants want to sign 2 number 1 receivers, and we've seen it in the past when they've let guys go.
They let Steve Smith go, who had a killer year.
Mario Manningham. We've let other guys go that wanted to get some money.
I'll say this, though. Manningham was never on the level of either Cruz or Nicks.
Manningham was a good slot guy.
He was a good slot guy.
You know he's not as good as Nicks or Cruz.
Yeah, not
he's
as
right.
good.
He's a good wide receiver, but he's not.
I mean,
Nicks
someone
or
like
Cruz.
Manningham, slot receiver, you can get in the draft. They have guys like Barden and the guy they drafted this year. I can't remember.
Jarrell Jernigan?
No, the other guy.
No, Ruben Randall.
That guy, yeah.
Ruben Randall, yeah.
That's why I'm saying I don't think they're sweating necessarily letting Cruz go because they have other guys that they draft and that they like a little bit better.
And don't forget they got
are cheaper.
And they still got the franchise tag, which isn't going to be cheap to tag a wide receiver.
It's going to be about $9 million.
It's somewhere between 8 and 10 or something like that. Whatever. So $9 million, yeah, perfect. But one way or another, I was very surprised by the Giants' release of Bradshaw, but I understood it financially.